Welcome back. I want to return to one of our other top stories this morning because that scuffle, and it's more than just a scuffle, it clearly seems to be students and teachers being beaten up, even as the police watch there. The ABVP, the BJP student union, now is in the line of fire. It claims it got into clashes with students from the left-dominated ISA because Umar Khalid, someone who had been accused of anti-national slogans in JNU, had been invited to Ramjas College. But what we are finding instead is an ugly brawl breaking out. Girl students in particular also finding themselves being targeted, and that is shocking. We are told several teachers have been injured and many of them are now being threatened. Now slogan shouting has begun there at the Delhi University campus this morning. Manisha Priyam, senior academic, and Manish Dabade, who's with JNU and has we've come to talk about Mumbai and Maharashtra, but those images, Manisha, are pretty disturbing, and they do suggest that, it's exactly a year ago that the conflict took place on the JNU campus, but now there is violence on DU. And to find women and girl students being beaten up in this manner is clearly something which should be very troubling.
Extremely troubling, and especially for me, as I'm deeply associated with this campus, having spent my academic life of studentship as well as scholarship on this campus. Historically, remember, this campus was a result of the national movement, the coming together of philanthropists granting. Most of these are land grants that have come from there. There's a story of Mahatma Gandhi having stayed in residence at St. Stephen's College, the friendship between them and him. And to see that
campus...
Can I
just ask you for a moment that the argument being made is that why was Umar Khalid, someone who has made accused of anti-national slogans, being invited to a seminar in Ramjas, and that is the argument ABVP is making, that if you invite such people, you are in a sense creating a situation which will result in trouble like this. How do you respond to that?
So I would just like to say that their argument should have been held on a placard and peacefully protested. If that's what they thought, they had the right to present that argument. And if that argument was presented, there's also the right on the other side to go and present a paper at a seminar. Remember, Ramjas is an undergraduate college. For an undergraduate college to be doing seminars is a big thing. These campuses are trying to mature. Ramjas is one of those colleges that has been picking up very well in the past this type of politicization where sticks have to come out to counter arguments. Are we fearing ideas that much that you've got to beat up an idea rather than stand up and counter and debate?
Yeah, you used the word politicization. I'm just wondering whether the campus, JNU was supposed to be the deeply politicized campus for the longest time. You all saw your JNU as the revolutionary campus. Now we are seeing that politicization spreading, and it always existed probably in Delhi University in a different form, but we are seeing a violent edge to it. The politicization is inevitable, some would say, but the violence. How do you explain this? Is there a battle somewhere going on within the student community in JNU, in DU, between the unions that is resulting now in this kind of ugly scenes?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, in that sense, there is a very strong politicization of campus, which is leading to more and more violence. And already, there's no acceptance at all to the counterpoint. And what we are seeing on the screen is completely shameful and disgusting. As ma'am has rightly pointed out, the real way of, even AVP has the right of democratic dissent. But what is the way? It is not beating up women. It is not beating up teachers. As a teacher, I feel completely horrified if this happens to me. Please use all peaceful methods, and you have a right to do that. This is really not done.
That's the thing, democratic dissent, the right to be able to dissent democratically, that seems to have gone out of the student community.
No, it's not just this student community. Around the world, the term used is dissensus. And let me use Berkeley as an example, where the free speech movement is the heart of that campus. And remember, knowledge means ideas, and ideas always mean counter ideas. You've got to associate with the counter ideas, and DU therefore should have led the way. It's one of those campuses which dealt with political ideas for a very long time. The Gandhi example was not to simply step back and take you back into history, but to tell you that this campus has struggled against colonialism. It's had its ups and downs. It's also been a campus which has seen violence during the anti-Mandal agitation, where students were on the wrong side of what was a progressive ideology. So in a sense, this campus should have matured today, and if there were two parties that thought that the ideas were on counter sides, those ideas could have been presented through the form of a debate. Maybe the ABVP students could have joined the seminar at the end when the
They
seminar
claim
was
they were
opened
not
up.
invited. They claim that they were not invited.
Well, any DU seminar, you can walk in, and when the seminar or the paper presentation is opened up, you could have said, sir, for these reasons, I beg to differ from you. And these were ways of presentation that are in fact taught in the academy. Students are made sharp to present these arguments. So in a sense, this does tell me that something is deeply wrong. And why does the police think that it's a situation where they need to intervene? Aren't there more pressing issues that they need to address rather than get into campus scuffles on which idea or which seminar paper is better than the other and on which side they need to come in?
Okay.
Why are they making it weighted?
Okay, clearly troubling questions that these images are raising, questions that need answers, because this is the last thing we want to see on the campuses of this country.